Good evening everybody, it's John Palmer, Metalhead here, hope you're going well. Coming to you from my 109th country of Antigua and Barbuda. I'm on the island of Antigua. I'm just staying at this nice guest house near the airport for about $100 a night. We've got an even fully functioning kitchen and a nice bathroom and all, which is that equates to £60 in my currency. So I've flown into Antigua from London today on Virgin Atlantic. It was like the first time I'd used Virgin in years since I was in America, but that was like via Australia, but it's still under the Virgin umbrella. So I've came to the Caribbean for only a couple of days, and I'm going to be spending most of my time in St. Kitts and Nevis, which is the nearby island north of here, where I'll probably be spending a total of 48 hours, and then I have to fly back to Antigua in a couple of days time, and then get back to the United Kingdom, and then I'll be back at work on Thursday. I'm taking this trip to the Caribbean because, one, I haven't crossed the Atlantic in 5 years, two, I've not had my birthday in North America, and turning 39 in a few days time in St. Kitts and Nevis does count as North America. I didn't really want to have it in Canada. And then the thing is, number three, I have never been to any of these Caribbean islands in my life. The closest I'd say I'd been to a Caribbean island would, well, have to be Georgetown in Guyana, or Paramara, Suriname, or Managua, Nicaragua. But I have been to Belize, Guyana, and Suriname, who are part of the whole CARIBCOM, like Caribbean community, kind of like the Caribbean's version of the EU. The currency here in Antigua and Barbuda is the East Caribbean dollar, which can be also used in former British colonies and the Wilkes Islands, apart from Barbados. Yes. I'm not going to see much of Antigua apart from the area around the airport, but I've got like a few hours to kill for my flight home. I could, get a taxi into town, see something, and then get a taxi back. But I must stress that a lot of things are quite expensive here in the Caribbean because everything is imported from like neighboring countries. They do have their own, food and all that they grow, and seafood is a big thing here, which I'm looking forward to having, like maybe conch fritters tomorrow, or just, I don't know if I have this in St. Kitts, it's like flying fish. It's always going to do with fish. Fish is always like the main dish here in the Caribbean. So this year I started the year in 99 countries, and then I made it to my 100th in Tunisia, and now tomorrow I get to my 110th country of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, it cost me £220 to fly to St. Kitts and Nevis for a couple of days, but it seems like a price that's like worth it, even though like it cost me 400 quid to fly to Antigua for a couple of days. But next year, if I put in a down payment of 2 weeks return ticket between Manchester and Barbados, that would cost me a touch under 400. To get to 6 different Caribbean island countries and flights would cost me a total of 550, up to 600 quid. But I would basically give myself at least 48 hours in each of the islands rather than just like rushing around doing like one-day things. I was thinking about taking a cruise in like the last few years, but they only just give you 1 day. And even though it is a good way to bump up your target of nations, I just don't like the whole cruising ideas. I've never ever been on a cruise myself, apart from using that ferry from Stockholm to Helsinki, which is also considered a cruise. Yeah, so that also, I'd also like to visit Bahamas and all the big islands in the Caribbean. Like there are weekly flights from London to Dominican Republic, and there used to be flights from Manchester to Cuba. So I really do want to take on the big islands, but a big island which is quite small that I want to see is Jamaica, because both Jamaica and Barbados, the only Caribbean islands I know about that have synagogues. Apart from St. Thomas and yeah, that's about it. But when I go to St. Kitts, I'm going to be visiting like some Jewish cemetery in the island of Nevis. So that'd be quite an interesting thing to look forward to. Anyway, Metalhead over and out.